What we're going to talk about in this class is the equipment and accessories needed to use your digital camera. We're going to talk about the different functions of your digital camera. We're going to talk about how to get the best quality photo out of that camera. We're going to talk about composition a little bit. Once you've mastered those different dials on your camera, how do you take a really good picture that you can enjoy for years to come? And we're going to talk a little bit about moving those images from the camera to the computer. So that's what we're going to cover tonight. We might as well jump in and get started. Essentially, there used to be essentially two different kinds of cameras, but with photography there's always things that are changing, and now there's a third type of camera too. So let me explain the differences in these cameras. There's the point and shoot camera that most of us are familiar with. A lot of automatic features. They're relatively inexpensive, and they've got really sophisticated microprocessors in them that allows you to simply point at the item that you're going to take a picture of and click the button, and all the rest is done for you. There's another kind of camera that mirrors more like the old 35mm format cameras, and it's referred to as a prosumer camera or a digital SLR camera. These cameras have a few more functions that are specifically geared towards serious shutterbugs or professional photographers. They have additional file type formats. The cameras have removable lenses, and you can put filters on the lens, and you can change things like ISO, and we'll talk about that a little later on. But there are a lot of manual settings on these prosumer cameras that make them ideal for professional photographers. Now, there were a lot of people who wanted something a little bit more than a point and shoot camera, but they didn't want to carry around a heavy camera or a camera bag filled with different sorts of lenses and different accessories. So to answer that need, the camera manufacturers created a new sort of camera. It's sort of a hybrid between the two. You can get a lot of the manual functions or the more advanced functions on these hybrid cameras and still, enjoy the lightweight, small compactness of a point and shoot camera. Now, the one major difference with these kind of cameras is that the lens doesn't come off, and so you can't use different lenses on these hybrid cameras. Now, a hybrid camera, if you're wondering if yours is a hybrid camera, they tend to be the Canon Sure Shots, or the PowerShot cameras. The Sony cameras have a whole series of hybrids as well. They're just a little bit more full-function cameras. Now, when we get into talking about some of these different features on these cameras, it's going to make a big difference what type of camera you have. A camera that's point and shoot may have some different features than a camera that is a digital SLR camera, because they're designed for different end users with them in mind. So you may or may not see all of the features that I'm talking about tonight, but in many cases I will show you both sets so that you'll have one or the other, and I'll show you what I mean by that here pretty soon.